Hey, welcome to another edition of the Artist Lounge at Mixed Country 96. I'm your bud Doug, and this guy is Michael Austin, Mr. Wes, alongside to play guitar. Michael, it's great to have you with us today.
It's good to be here, Doug.
Wes,
Thanks for
same
having
to you,
us.
brother. Hope the weather wasn't too bad for you on the way in.
Not too shabby. I know Wes freezes. He's got about 0.5% of body fat going on there, so anytime he gets below 60 degrees, he's shivering and needs a blanket. But we got him through, and he's here.
Well,
So.
after the interview, I want to get some lower body fat tips from you. Is that okay? Tell us about where you grew up. Cold Turkey Acres. Did I get that right?
Cold Turkey Acres, man. Yeah. A lot of people say Cold Turkey. I'm like, no, Cold Turkey. Yeah, it's a little lake peninsula on Lake of the Ozarks, in between Warsaw and Lincoln, on Old BB Highway. And growing up there, man, I got to fish every day.
Okay.
And a lot of people think it was funny, but it was faster for us to take a boat to school than it was to drive.
Oh man,
The bus
how fun
ride
was
was
that?
long, but we could take a boat, meet somebody, and get to school.
Do any fishing on the way to school?
Every once in a while. I had one of my first businesses was checking trout lines right there on Lake Ozarks, and I'd make $5 every 2 weeks to check the lines and get $2 a piece for cleaning fish and doing all that stuff. So it was a good time for me.
That's very cool.
Yeah.
Now that would be looking at the map, our listener coverage map. You're in the southwest portion of our listening area, and you've probably listened to Mixed Country 96 for a long time, haven't you?
Long time.
And we appreciate that. You had your first paid gig at what, 7 years old?
7 years old.
How'd that happen?
So I was at a place called the Liberty Bar and Grill, and a little barbecue get together, and I was out back testing the barbecue, as we called it. And there was an old boy there named Orrin Nichols, and I remember the name because it literally impacted me that much. And he was playing guitar, and I just started to sing along with him a little bit. And he says, do you know any songs from start to finish? And I said, well, I know Coward of the County and Lord, It's Hard to Be Humble. And he said, well, I'll tell you what, we'll go inside, you do those songs, and if they like you, I'll pay you. And I went in, did the 2 songs, got that rush to the crowd, and he handed me a $10 bill, which my mother promptly turned into 2 5s and gave half to my brother. Introduced me to the music business right away, that there's always another hand out that's waiting to take a little bit of that.
Your brother still doesn't get half today, does he?
No, he doesn't.
All right.
No, he doesn't. Yeah. But I tell you, it was a life-changing experience. I love the way it felt, and just kind of took off from there. But it was a lot of fun.
And of course, you've been inspired by country rock, southern rock, Americana.
Absolutely, yeah, everything in between. I mean, back in the day, between here and this station, Ozark 98, we got limited amounts of what we could listen to, So I was always at Walmart, this is going to date me, back getting those brand new 45s when they came out.
Oh yeah.
And, you had everything from Journey and the brand new George Strait, but my music collection was so eclectic back then, and it just had a little bit of everything. And then Daddy's Bar Box 8-track that Marty Robbins and Johnny Cash. So the influences came in from all over the place, and I just love music in general. So it was a lot of fun for me.
That's very cool. And you've charted music in what, 25 some odd countries?
25 countries.
Not too shabby.
Yeah, I started. I had a #1 with a song I didn't even know went #1, and was actually invited to the European Country Music Awards against Rascal Flatts and at the time Sugarland, and got the invitation 2 weeks after the award show. So I was like, well, maybe they just, maybe it got lost in the mail. But it's just funny how sometimes you'll release something and somebody will get a hold of something and it would run. We didn't do an international release. It just happened to end up on an Air Force radio network. And from that, a couple of stations picked it up, and then it just went crazy. There's a Michael Austin tribute band in Brazil.
Is that right?
And I'm blown away. I'm like, you would think a tribute band is somebody like is going to do George Strait or Garth Brooks, but I love going and checking out this guy's videos. He dresses like me. He kind of looks like me. And he plays the stuff, and I just crack up. And he goes, and I talk to him online every once in a while. It's just so fun to do that.
That has got to be so cool.
I'm coming to America. You come to Brazil. I'm like, oh man, this is great.
Now you had mentioned the Air Force. Thank you for your service, by the way, Michael.
Yeah.
You started serving us in the U.S. Air Force at age 18.
Yeah, I just turned 18 right before I went in. I graduated high school when I was 17, so that's always fun. Mostly everybody else is 18. They're graduating and doing their thing. So I had a little bit of time to think about it. And it was a real patriotic community. My family's super patriotic. love this country, love what it stands for, and I was like, oh, am I going to go back to school, and or am I going to do something, fun and exciting? And ended up in the recruiter's office and signed, sealed, and delivered. My parents had to sign for me because I was underage, and that was a trick, kind of maybe fudged a signature at first, and then, But anyway, that's old business. And just to get myself in there, because I wasn't sure that they were going to want me to go. But they got me off, and I remember Thanksgiving of 1987, I ate 2 sausages and some rice for Thanksgiving dinner.
Oh, swell.
And basic training. With a fresh haircut.
Now, you have brought Gracie with you. This is the first time we've ever had a canine on the Artist Lounge at Mixed Country 96.
Oh, yeah.
Gracie's a service dog.
She is. She's my shadow, my best buddy. She's with me all the time, and she was gifted to me by Rebuilding Warriors, who's a fantastic outfit out of Texas. They've supplied, Gracie was the 106th dog that's been supplied to a veteran, and it's a super great program run by a good friend of mine, Mr. Jeff Anderson, and can't say enough good things about him and all the trainers that he has. Brianna, her trainer, was absolutely amazing, and it truly makes a difference. Never like to get into the dark side of what we do with military and law enforcement in my career, but let's just say that she's a saving grace for me.
I'll bet she is, man. She's a wonderful animal. We've really enjoyed her.
Oh yeah, she's great.
You can leave her with us for a few days if you want.
Oh, she'd probably stay for a couple of days as long as the treats were bountiful. That's her thing.
Can't wait to hear you sing. And after you sing a tune, I'm going to ask you about your stint on The Voice. Is that okay?
Absolutely, absolutely. So let's go ahead and we'll do the single we got out right now.
Okay.
We had a lot of fun with this. This is kind of what my version, remembering back what a perfect love would be. I fought so hard to get out of that small town. Now it seems I'm fighting really hard just to get back into that small town life and get away from the craziness. So this one's called The Good Life.
Excellent. Michael Austin, ladies and gentlemen, with The Good Life.
Always chasing something, but that something don't mean nothing now. Yeah, I was always racing somewhere, but that somewhere always let me down. Until I finally figured out it ain't the wild nights, it ain't the first class, champagne and caviar, baby. It ain't none of that. It's a little house in a little town, just laying around all afternoon. On a summer day with the summer rain on the window pane, ain't nothing to do. And baby, now I know just being here with you. Yeah, this is a good life. Oh, this is a good life. But suddenly it seems so simple. Everything I want is in your eyes. I looked all around the world, but right here, right now, it's paradise. And I finally realized it ain't the penthouse, it ain't the limousines, it ain't nothing you can buy. It's just you and me in a little house in a little town, just laying around all afternoon. On a summer day with the summer rain on the window pane, ain't nothing to do. And baby, now I know just being here with you. Yeah, this is a good life. And I just wanna stay right here. I wanna stay with you forever. And I just wanna hold you close, 'cause now that we're together, oh, it don't get any better than a little house in a little town, just laying around all afternoon. On a summer day with the summer rain on the window pane, ain't nothing to do. And baby, now I know just being here with you, yeah, this is the good life. Oh, this is the good life.
All right. Michael Austin, thank you. The Good
Thank
Life
you.
from Michael Austin. And that's living, man. Everything
Oh,
about
yeah.
that song, that's living right there.
Absolutely. I mean, that's where you want to be.
Uh-huh.
You know, and when the rat race is getting too much, you want to find that spot right there.
Boy, and thanks for putting things into perspective with a song like that, because so many things that aren't important get in the way. We tend to allow that to happen.
That little 3x6 thing that everybody carries in their pocket, you know, that's it kills me that people live on those things, and they forget that all the stuff that's around them. I mean, you know, you get out there and you got to live life. You got to see things for yourself. You know, you can't touch it through a screen.
Absolutely, absolutely. And that's one of the many reasons this man ended up on The Voice, season 4.
Yeah.
And you were on Team Adam.
Team Adam,
Right?
Yeah.
How'd you like working with Adam Levine?
You know, Adam is such an out-of-the-box thinker that it was refreshing for me. It really brought a little bit of snap back to my performance level and where I wanted to go with being a performer. And it was a lot of fun, man. He's a great guy. He's super smart, man, in the industry, and just all-around good dude.
Did Blake Shelton give you a hard time for joining his team?
You know, it was funny because Blake did that hovering over the button thing, and then he called me pitchy. I was like, whoa. But he was right. I mean, I was pitchy. I had a little bit of something going on, and he hit the nail on the head. And but it was afterwards that he was, you know, regretting it a little bit. And Blake's a really good guy. Blake's actually one of the judges that really makes a difference for the artists once they leave the show. You know, he champions a lot of artists in Nashville because he knows that, you know, you need a little bit of extra help. So that's a great thing about him. And, you know, of course I had Shakira tell me that she really wanted me, so I'll have that forever, you know. When she said it, I told her, I said, you know, I'll always have that. Thank you for saying that. But
Nice.
yeah, it was a great experience for me. Met a lot of lifelong friends, the Swan Brothers, Zach and Colton. I love those guys to death, and Holly Tucker, a Texas artist. Just these amazing people and amazing artists that you know, get to go on and keep doing what they love to do.
And you get to visit with each other and learn so much from each other.
Absolutely, and you know, they say that iron sharpens iron, and I believe that. So when you get the great thing about The Voice is everybody that comes to The Voice can sing. It's not, you know, it's not a parody, and they're not going to make fun of people and that, so on and so forth. So we're all a bunch of artists that have actually been getting after it for a while, and we do take things from each other and learn, and that's the best part about the whole thing, is a learning experience to make yourselves better for the fan base, which if it wasn't for the fan base, we wouldn't be where we're at.
I hear you, brother. We want to hear another song. Is that okay with you?
Yeah, absolutely. We can definitely do another song. So right now, let's do. How about we do American Town? So this song is quintessentially. I mean, to me, it's what where I lived at in California for a long time when I was with the sheriff's department, a little town called Norco, and you get off on 6th Street in Norco, and it's like a time warp. The street lines are painted red, white, and blue. And about every other business and every other house, you'll see a flag flying.
That's cool.
Super patriotic. Still have 4th of July parades, Memorial Day parades, Veterans Day parades, and I just love that patriotic feel. So this song really embodies that thing, and it's called American Town.
Excellent. Michael Austin, once again, ladies and gentlemen.
Look a little bit warm, just like us. It's a little rich, it's a little poor, just like us. Got a front porch with an open door, just like like us. And I'm proud I'm from an American town. Thank God I'm one of the chosen crowd. And when it's said and done, you can lay me down in an American town. An American town. It sheds a tear when the flag waves. Just like us, it's a sinning bad, it's a getting saved. Just like us, it's your daddy's word and your mama's grace. I'm proud I'm from an American town. Thank God I'm one of the chosen crowd. And when it's said and done, you can lay me down in an American town. An American town. It's a Main Street square, a football game, a hardware store, it's a 4th of July parade. Head back to shout amen. It's me getting down with all my friends. I'm proud I'm from an American town. Thank God I'm one of the chosen crowd. And when it's said and done, you can lay me down in this American town. This American town. Yeah, yeah. Well, this American town. Yeah, yeah. Well, this American town.
All right, that was great, man. Gracie was providing a little backup. There.
Yeah,
Gave
she
you a little,
was.
Gave you a little shake there.
That's it.
Well, it's like
That's it.
it's like hanging out on the front porch with the guitar, and all we
That's
need
it,
is some
man.
coffee and lemonade.
Oh
we got,
man, it'd be perfect.
we got the dog Gracie. She
Heck
is so
yeah.
cool. Thanks again for bringing her up.
Oh, it's my pleasure, man.
But,
She's
more-
a great ambassador for what it stands for. That's for sure.
Yep. More importantly, thank you.
Oh,
again,
thanks so
Michael.
much, Doug. I
Wes,
really
what was your last
appreciate
name,
that.
Wes?
Theobald.
Wes Theobald. Thank you. Nice job on the guitar, man. And please tell him hello and Cold Turkey Acres next time. you
I
see him.
definitely will. You know, it's funny. I actually took Wes down there for the first time last summer, and they were like, "Whoa, you weren't kidding." You know? Yeah. Good
How
girl.
can we get our hands on your music, please?
You can get us on all the digital platforms. You can go to my website, michaelaustinlive.com, and that'll take you to all the Instagram, Facebook, and all that good stuff. So yeah, just give it a listen. And the funny thing is, and the label just hates it when I do this, but if you come to one of my live shows and you buy my album, if you don't like it, I'll give you your money back out of my own pocket.
Now that's a guarantee right there.
That's money back guarantee on a record. I don't know too many guys that are doing that.
I
these
can't see
days.
that happening, but you know.
Yeah, and I appreciate you saying that. Big time, yeah, for sure.
What's
So,
next on the list for you guys?
We're getting ready to start a West Coast run with John Party and Riley Green, and we're really looking forward to that. And it's called the Boots in the Park series on the West Coast. And then it looks like we're going to jump back on the road with the Motor City Madman, Mr. Ted Nugent.
Oh boy.
Sometime in the summer. And then we've got everybody from Marshall Tucker to ZZ Top and the rest of them on the line just to do something with. And we're going to have a real busy spring, summer, and fall, and we're really looking forward to it. Releasing a new single in the end of, or beginning of March called God, Guns, and Country Music. And we're just trying to have more fun than grown-ups should be allowed to have. As long as everybody will let us, we're going to keep doing this.
And you're selling a T-shirt with that very sentiment on it, right?
Yeah, absolutely. God, Guns, and Country Music is just, it's kind of the sentiment. It was the first song that I wrote on the album. It was a lot of fun. It kind of started off as a joke. Wrote it with Nashville hitmakers Mike Crumpus and Clay Mills, who's had countless, top hits with Diamond Rio and everybody else in between. And just had a ball writing it. And, like I said, it started off as kind of a joke and kidding when he was walking up the stairs. And turned into one of my favorite songs I've ever written.
Excellent. Thanks again, Michael.
Thanks, Doug.
And
I really
congratulations on your success and
Thank you.
everything to come. You just
Oh,
gave us
yeah.
a big list there. You got to be really excited.
Oh, thanks so
Wes,
much.
thank you. God bless you both. Safe travels.
Thank you.
And thank you, Gracie. Thanks for bringing her by. We'll see
yeah.
you next time on the Artist Lounge at Mixed Country 96.